Hello and welcome to Centurions Corner, and today we are upgrading our Green Goblin. Now, we got this from AliExpress the other day, we've done his review, and there is a few little things that I just feel like they just need a little bit of an upgrade, and I have seen other people do it over on Instagram and YouTube as well. So it's not my idea, it's not, I don't know who was the first, but however, it's kind of like doing a consistency of how he actually looks. There's a few little things that does bug me about the character. This for sure, this little scarf here, I'm going to glue this down because it really annoys me. After a while, it kind of looks like a bit of a lady sash around his collar. So I will be gluing this definitely in place. And obviously we've got his hat that keeps falling off. So we'll probably put a little bit of glue on there as well. So we're just going to literally break down the figure. We're going to take off all his stuff. And the main part really we're going to upgrade is his eyes. We're going to acetone those off. Acetone, take away all that kind of paint there, reapply the yellow, and then slowly put on the black dot. Very small little beady eyes to make him even more menacing. I may even do a darker green wash over these here. I don't like really taking them too far away from their kind of comic kind of look in there, but I really think that these will really sort of pick up once we put a little bit of definition in there as well. So yeah, I'm just going to go away, we're going to upgrade him and see what he looks like at the end of the video, and whether you want to try this at home, it's entirely up to you. So let's go. Hello, so as I'm gluing down this guy's scarf, I'm just going to do a little bit of audio here because I actually do mess up on this video, and I just think it's quite important that actually we can mess up, we can make mistakes as we go through it. So this part here, I just simply glue down his scarf with a little bit of that Loctite glue, the precision part, which was absolutely fine. But going to his eyes, I actually screwed up a little bit. So I acetoned off the actual paint itself, which isn't too bad, it's easy to do. But I simply went over too many times with the yellow. I had to do this about 5 times. So just, if you do make mistakes, just let it dry, grab that acetone, retake off, reapply the paint, and then try it and error again and again. As you can see, I just went all off it. The paint was too runny, I put too much water into it, and it just looked awful. So in the end, I just went back and actually done the black layer around the eyes, just to give it off a bit of an edge around there, and I could actually hold in the yellow. So that's simply it. I'll do a bit more of a demonstration at the end, or I'll go into a little bit more detail when we take him back to the shelf. But don't forget, subscribe, ding that bell, like the video if you enjoy this content. I'll be doing more upgradings for Marvel Legends and Black Series as well for the future, and I'll see you at the end of the video. finished and weathered and looking a little bit more menacing, isn't he? He's looking a little bit more kind of sort of jagged edged, very kind of sort of like the Green Goblin that we know, rather than those big bad cartoony eyes that looks like Mickey Mouse is just about to well up and cry. They're just awful, those eyeballs. So now they do look better, and it's quite an easy job, but I would say easy. I did make many mistakes. I think I rushed in too quick, thinking it was going to be a quick fix, quick video, and I'll be done. No, it actually took me a whole day to do these. Bear in mind I had to go to work, but I just let the figure dry slowly, because the eyes are probably one of the most important parts of a figure. If you're going to get it wrong, they're going to go googly-eyed and look everywhere. So yeah, definitely take your time and don't take it out of my book. As a Jedi once says, a failure does lead to, well, I don't know. He failed all the way, to be honest. Didn't do a very good job of it, did he, old Luke Skywalker? Anyway, so first of all, things that you're going to need. So with the acetone here, this is from a company in the UK, Boots, a nail polish remover. So on the ingredients here, just make sure it's got acetone in it. There is ones that actually say non-acetone and stuff like that. Just make sure it has in ingredients this here, because that is the important ingredient that is going to remove the paint. This cost me about £1 from that company, but you know, Amazon or wherever you are in the world, you'll be able to get hold of it. So once it was all painted off, I went straight in and actually put the yellow on, and it was wrong. I kept doing it. It bled too much, didn't look right. I couldn't get the edges correct. It just always kept looking a little bit odd. I don't know why. It just looked a little bit thing. So I went back to references, looked back at the pictures and stuff, and what it needed was a black outline around the eyes. So I just simply went off and got my acrylic paint here. This isn't the best acrylic paint. It's the only black that I have at the moment that isn't gloss. So it doesn't really matter. We're only using it for the like pupil and around the outside on that one. We're not painting the whole figure with it, so it's fine. Just added a little bit of water to make it a little bit more kind of thin laying drying on this. So once we've done that, we actually went around the eyes, and as you can see, I actually painted the black first around the outside, which is good because it actually gives you a line to go to with the yellow. So we're not going to go fully over the black because the black is already done, which is fantastic. So when you actually put in the actual yellow down, you only have to go not all the way to the edges, which is what I was missing, because I kept going over the lines, kept going over the sort of like the eyelid parts and stuff like that. So yeah, it's definitely worth on that part. So with the yellow, it's XF yellow, flat yellow, Tamira. You can use any yellow you like, you know, as long as it's acrylic base, and normally sort of like one of these. So even Citadel paints and other ones that you can use out there. I always use Tamira because my nearest model shop has this on, you know, as soon as I run out, they have it all in stock, and it's really easy and cheap to get. So yeah, just put the yellow on there, which is fine, and then obviously applied the black dot very slowly. Just do your dots first, and then once you're happy with the center dot, then make those dots a little bit wider. So what I did there, you can see it's slightly off, but as you can see this side here, he's kind of sort of snarling a little bit, so this is a bit more squinty. So they actually are in line, but it's just because this brow is slightly lower. We put the collar in place because obviously this was from AliExpress and it was all disassembled. It was a bit like a yellow Lego figure. So I just used this Loctite, brilliant super glue, brilliant for figures, and just applying it to this collar so it doesn't swing around or move. I was kind of thinking about applying it to the bag because it does slip off really easily. It just really annoys me. But I just knew one day I might want to sort of like take a picture where it's swinging behind him, maybe. I don't know, but so I didn't go for that option. And last but no means least, I did use XF5 flat green, should I say. And this is just one here. I applied a little bit of water to it and just did a wash over the top. I didn't want to go too bad on it because I kind of like the brightness of it, but I just wanted to bring a little shade in there. And as you can see, some of the paint is kind of etched now inside the scales and stuff. So I did about 3 washes on each, but washing it off straight away. A lot of water on there, so it didn't really stick to it, but just gave the actual kind of definition in there. And I filled in the ears, as you can see around on this part as well, and on his sort of his brow, just to keep those in places. Just give it a little bit more depth and a bit of darkness, and also on his nose, just right there. So yeah, I think it looks great. It looks a lot better anyway than what he did originally, because those eyes were just insane. But now just looks like a really cool, menacing Green Goblin to fight up against my ever-growing Spider-Man shelf. So yeah, so a quick, simple one, but please, if you're going to try at home, just take your time. And if you do make mistakes, just let it dry. Don't go, oh my god, I've made a mistake, I've ruined my figure. Make sure you've got your acetone on the side, let it dry, and then redo it and retry again. And the more you keep trying, you're going to get better every time. So yeah, try it. It looks better. So thank you so much for this one. Let me know if you're going to try it down in the comments down below. You can follow me on Instagram where you'll see more pictures of this guy. And I'll see you again in the next video. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye!